Hello there, this is Retro Spirits Garden, and this is Sega Rally 2, Sega Rally Championship on the Dreamcast. This is the Dreamcast dashboard with an incorrect date. We've gone in and going to change something. What are we doing here? Why are we doing this? We're not doing anything, we're going to play the game, which is advisable, as this is a games channel. There's a Windows logo on this title screen. That's probably bad news. It's a driving game, isn't it? A rally driving game where you drive cars through crazy courses and try not to kill you, your co-driver, or anybody in the environment. And Sega Rally 2 was a launch game, I believe, for the Dreamcast in Japan. And this is the Japanese version. Quite a lot of this is in English, which is handy. Well, the selection screen is anyway. Yeah, it was kind of a launch game. You can get this for around 10 to 15 quid on import. Don't know about the PAL version. There is, I believe, some way to change the frame rate in this game. I can't remember how it's done. But you can have like a high detail mode, which has a variable frame rate, or you can do like a low detail mode, which has a locked frame rate. And I think you can just lock the frame rate at half. I think at 30 frames a second. I think you can do that with full detail. Now, you've got a massive selection of cars over the first game. I say massive, you've got more cars. There's a career mode in this, which takes you through multiple stages, which is kind of groovy. Has the arcade mode in here. I don't know what this looks like in comparison to the Model 3 arcade game it was copied from. It probably looks fairly similar, but with a slightly worse frame rate in some instances. Because like I said, this was a launch title for the Dreamcast, so I guess they hadn't really got on top of it yet. There's some drawing there in the distance. This is more or less my sort of first play of this game. And I'm not very good at it. Sega Rally on the sound, I pumped a fair few hours in. I never really got a copy of Sega Rally 2 until fairly recently. And the frame rate went really slow there, which was slightly headache inducing. Yeah, so the handling feels a lot looser. I don't know if that's because of the car I've chosen, which I've chosen a classic car from the classic Sega Rally game, or whether it's because it's analog control rather than digital control. Don't know. But we've got high detail car models, a kind of lowish detail environment. We've got car reflections. We've got a muddy car. The car started out clean and got muddy. That's quite nice. We've got a mountain stage, so it's kind of almost exactly like the first game in terms of the stages you get, which is odd. Although I do think the third stage is different. So, yeah, this is like a mixture of the forest and the mountain stage from the first Sega Rally. Those houses are still like Weetabix though. Weetabix with windows on. Your co-driver is more talkative in this game. Some pumping music. Yeah, the controls are weird. It's going to take me some time to get used to these analog stick controls or the handling of this specific car. Oh, no, I can't be around here. Yes, I can. We stuff. Some fogging there. That car didn't have a shadow. Yeah, it's alright so far. I mean, it's 10 quid. It's 10 quid, and it's a Dreamcast game, and there's a launch Dreamcast game, so it looks like this, and it's cheap. It's probably actually quite fun if you pump some time into it. It'd be nice to be able to work out how to do those codes though for the frame rate lock. Time is up. I'm retired. Got 2D crowd sprites there. Oh, we still got the game over. Oh, that's lovely. Serenaded on failure. It's a very bland looking helmet. Championship of practice. Let's go and pick another car. There's the other one. Oh, they've got both the cars from the original Sega Rally. Alright, is this one going to be weird to control as well? If they put your name in before you play the bad. This is, oh god, I don't know what's going on here. Right, let's just play. Let's just play. That's some squealing guitars there. Hurting my ears. Doesn't take a huge amount of time to load. It's not bad. Nice helicopter. Yep. Okay, this car's also on control. Does it feel different to the last one? Not by much. It has to be said. The water hazards are new. I think the water slows you down. So there's some new features here. Yeah, that frame rate does chug a little bit on some of these corners here. Yeah, this car's probably harder to control than the previous one. Spending a lot of time sliding into walls. I'm a Sega Rally fan. I do love Sega Rally on the Saturn. I think it's an awesome game. And this Dreamcast one is not too bad. I prefer the more abstract Saturn graphics. This one alongside a lot of early Dreamcast and PS2 games where they tried to be too realistic, and they weren't ever gonna hit realism. They just look a bit more naff. It's just it's like the resolution's too good and the texture work's not good enough, or geometry's not good enough, and it just looks like a weird mishmash. Whereas the Sega Saturn version is very obviously a computer game. The realism angle on a lot of these kind of games just make them look just odd, a bit poor. Like the Daytona game on the Dreamcast is cool because it doesn't, like, it just looks like an arcade game. This is getting towards trying to be realistic, which doesn't help it. Some very repeaty rock textures there. I mean, it plays well. This is quite exciting. I do like the old bumper cam view. It's that helicopter again. He's following me. I think that castle on that hill is the castle at the beginning, so it looks like I've done some sort of mountain climb, which is look a little back. Yeah, okay. Don't pick any of the classic cars, they're too hard to control. That tree is very low resolution. They do a weird thing there where the textures are stretched along the length of the track. Some bad UV mapping. Game over again. Lovely. The hat again. Hat render. They're very proud of that hat render. Throw it up all the time. Right, let's pick a different car. Let's go classic. Escort. No, let's go classic. Subaru. Automatic gears for me. I can't get used to this handling yet. Right, and this is the last time for this video. I'm going to play this game, and let's see if I can do any better with a Subaru. Okay, the Subaru feels a little less slidey, which is good. Good for me. Or maybe I'm just used to it now, I don't know. The cars all handle differently. This is taut. Handling on this car is It's taut. Very taut. Yeah, I can actually drive this car to a degree. I think the water slows you down there. I might have said that before. The Subaru's the car for me. I don't know if the top speed's that good. There must be some sort of trade-off. But it's definitely more easy to control than the previous two cars. Okay. Well, that's Sega Rally 2. Oh, I've got a dirty impressor. 12. So, actually, I was faster than I ever was with the other two cars, but came lower down the order. That's weird. Yeah, very strange. There's the castle. Look at the hill. I think you go behind that, don't you? Later on. That's the visual narrative of the game. Yeah, this car's much easier to control for me. Oh, although I did hit a wall there. Yeah, I can see myself playing this a bit more. The variable frame rate is not too bad. I can kind of deal with it. But I would rather have a locked frame rate, and I might find out how to do that. Didn't appear that it was in the options at the start. Ooh. Just thousands of pounds worth of damage down to the cars. Yeah, it's not bad for 10 quid. I don't know what the PAL version of this is like. I'm assuming it runs at 60 Hz because the Dreamcast was that console where that started to happen. All the games are 60 Hz, weren't they? So, yeah. I think I'd probably recommend this if it's 10 quid on the PAL. Like I said, there's a career mode in here, and there's lots of extra tracks, and there's lots of cars to play, drive and learn how to slide around the course. My car's not dirty this time. I made the next stage. How about that? What's the next stage? Let's have a look. It's snowy. Oh, this could be problems. This feels like it's going to be twisty, and also throwing me straight into walls. Slightly naff looking trees in this level. Here we go. It's danger town now. Yep. Okay. Sega Rally 2. It's alright, like. Okay. It's alright.